it was a game where a lot of people expected much from Eric Ten Hag. Although Ten Hag made it clear even before going into that game that FC 20 shouldn't have been the game they were expecting as early as possible based on what has happened so far between himself and FC 20. He has played before, he has managed before. And it's just like you having, maybe for example, a Cristiano Ronaldo manage a club and having a Real Madrid as his next game in the Europa, or having Manchester United as his next game in Europa. So that was part of the things that happened yesterday in the world of sport. But let's look at some other things. I mean, looking at Victor Osimhen, a man who continues to create assists for his Turkish side, most especially in that Europa League game yesterday. There are also going to be more games to go down today. But let us start with tennis this morning. We had the update of Naomi Osaka saying that she's at a stage in life where she does not want to have regrets after hiring Patrick Mouratoglou as her new coach. Remember, Mouratoglou wants to manage Serena Williams, and yes, they want practice together. And you know, looking at how Naomi Osaka has been since she came back from the maternity leave in January, you know, struggling for consistency, and she made some statements which I feel like Serena. I mean, for Naomi Osaka, it's not really ego. It's not really sounding cocky, but you have to look at someone who is coming to your team. Anybody that is coming to your team, either as a TCO, either as a trainer, must be he or she must come in with a better content on his CV. But look at how Mouratoglou is coming in. He has won it more with Serena Williams, and maybe he can help Naomi Osaka come back to our block. Yes. So, but still looking at more updates coming from the world of tennis. For Carlo Alcaraz, he has welcomed the addition of Rafael Nadal to Spain's team for the quarterfinal of the Davis Cup finals in November, and hopes the events in Malaga will not mark the end of the 22-time Grand Slam champion's career. Now, that was a surprise choice for November 19 to 24, 18 finals. The 38-year-old last competed at the Paris Olympics in July and subsequently missed the US Open and Lava Cup this month over sickness concerns. Well, a lot of people have already put up their minds to say maybe Rafael Nadal may end his career in 2024 and do not go back to tennis, just like how Roger Federer did. Maybe he will just be coming for testimonial games and the like. That is what the Rafael Nadal, Carlo Alcaraz is all about. Another thing we also need to look at here is Carlo Alcaraz needs to learn from Rafael Nadal based on experience, based on what he has been able to do, and you know, all these Spanish connections. So that is the reason a Carlo Alcaraz will always want to see Rafael Nadal on his side. So let's also wait to see how their relationship, you know, will come out to be. But let me also let you know that there's a lot of tennis tournaments ongoing in Chile, China, Beijing in China, France, the Olympic Challenge for men. And we also have the Tokyo ATP in Japan. 3 games are up at the moment. Thomas Echeverry, the Argentine, against Australia's O'Connell. We have Tabilo against Ogorun, Taylor Fries against Arthur Fields. That one is ongoing at the moment. And looking at other tournaments, we have in the Beijing ATP doubles, Cabelas Vienna teaming up with Karina Bossa against Elio Vera and Perkin in that one. For the WTA Beijing, the WTA hardcourt Beijing in China, we have Beto Moore in action against the Guan X. So more games are still going down in the world of tennis. But moving away from tennis, let's talk about NBA for Los Angeles Lakers. Remember, LeBron James is going to be setting up a record with his son, Bronny James. Remember, we were talking about it before the season ended, right? Yes. So the coach of the side is already having headaches to know how to bring these 2 players together. How you can have a father who is 39-year-old and entering into his 22nd season. And Bronny James is 19 years old, and he's a rookie. And coming in, he got drafted in the number 55 overall. So the experience, although what we saw at the training the past few days is like maybe there's a good connection, but the question now is hope people won't be expecting much from Bronny James. That is, yeah, because it's just like you having the son of Lionel Messi playing with Lionel Messi in Inter Miami. So expectations will surely be high from this particular young lad. Remember days ago, son of Zinedine Zidane called it quits from football at a young age. Why? Because he has been a failure. Why is that called a failure? Because people expected more from him, just like his dad. Zinedine Zidane winning titles, not only with club size, but with national team. But most of this, a lot of fans want to see, the way your father ended must be the way you must also end.
I believe that most people just have just high expectations. This fathers started from somewhere to where they were. Let them also start their career so that they can also build and get to the point where their fathers are.
This is like when you say, this is what I want. You also don't force your children to do what you've done. Let them do what they want. That is how life should be. Because I'm a broadcaster, shouldn't make me force my son or my daughter to go into broadcasting. What if she wants to be a medical practitioner? What if he wants to be a legal practitioner? More like that. So, let's see what happens between Bronny and LeBron James. Because, the guy also has health issues. Last season, I know what LeBron James went through because he had to, leave the game and, go on to check on the boy. So, that is what it looks like in the world of basketball. Now, talking about Formula One, Mercedes have promised a substantial final upgrade of their 2024 car when the Formula One season resumes at the United States Grand Prix in late October for the season's final 6 races. The Silver Arrow's inconsistent campaign has suffered what team boss Toto Wolff described as a painful Sunday in Singapore last weekend when promising second row grid position gave way to a struggle in the race which saw them finish 4th and 6th, 1 minute behind Lando Norris winning McLaren. So, disaster for Mercedes. Yes, that's my thing, but there's no problem about that. But it's more of doing the right thing, focusing when...
Let's agree that it's been disastrous for a long time now.
Yes. Yes. It's okay. Can we move on? Thank you. All right. I don't know why I'm sounding like the Ikorodu United people. If Puja is listening, or if we have Oganda listening right now, talking football, remember games were decided yesterday. 2 games in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Rescheduled game. Enugu Rangers, Enyimba being in action. And we saw what happened in that game. Enugu Rangers, came to Lagos, picked vital 3 points against Ikorodu City. It was a 1-0 away win for Enugu Rangers against Ikorodu City. And some people were saying that, okay, this same set of guys dragging Sporting Lagos, that now they could see that, man, this is not just NNL, this is Nigeria Premier Football League. And look at Enugu Rangers, look at Fidelis Lechuku, same as Daniel Ogumolede of Remo Stars. These 2 managers have been into intense, too much responsibilities. They were with the national team in the Africa Cup of Nations 2025 qualifiers with Austin Guaivon, came back, they still had to, work with the team. So look at Enugu Rangers as well. For coach Fidelis Lechuku, remember the team is the defending champion in the Nigeria Premier Football League. And this happens to be the first win for Enugu Rangers. Now they have 4 points in 2 games, winning the Geo Forest game, going into this one, having 3 points. And it was a deserving one, a nice victory coming to Lagos. Anybody that comes to Lagos is always sure of 3 points or 1 point, most especially looking at the branding package for teams in Lagos. And for Enyimba, defeated Lobby Stars 2-1 in the NPFL game we decided yesterday. And looking at that result, it's not really about the result, but look at the position of these teams. Enyimba, from 2 matches, is 4th on the NPFL log, and with 6 points. And for Enugu Rangers, it's 4 points from 2 matches. For Ikorodu City, I'm sorry, this team is placed 20th in the NPFL. Because why? they are yet to win a game this season to consider 4. And they have just 1 point, meaning they are yet to win one game this season. So it is not only about gaining promotion, it is more of staying in the league. It has happened to Remo Stars before, it has happened to MFM before, it has happened to mentioned the FC Yuba that got Gabos international slot. Yeah, it happens when you have teams gain promotion, not preparing, they say that they want to learn, it's a learning curve. No. We've had teams gain promotion and stay in the league for 10, 15 years. How are they doing it? It's about management process. It's about saying that we want to stay, not that we just want to show that we want to sell our players. So that is what happened in the NPFL yesterday.
Now, moving away from that, I'm sorry for cutting you. The next headache for Enugu Rangers will be Remo Stars right here. And like you said, Remo is first on the log with 9 points as we speak. The last 3 games, it's been a win all through. There's not been any draw. There's not been any loss. And Enugu Rangers has drawn 1-1. That win is just normal. But then the next headache for Enugu will be Remo Stars. Would you think? Do you think it's going to be? It's going to go in favor of Enugu Rangers with the history?
It's going to be the biggest game. Favor is going to be the biggest game in the NPFL come the match day 4, because one for Enugu Rangers, Remo Stars, look at their managers. They know how to play each other. Look at what happened last season. It was the teeth and nail bite on the NPFL title, first and second struggle. And these two managers have faced the national team assignments before. And they both, even when they were interviewed on a particular podcast channel, they both gave kudos to themselves that, this is, it's just like you having a Pep Guardiola and a Jose Mourinho, or maybe in the English Premier League at the moment, Pep Guardiola Arteta, or Arteta is a boy to Pep Guardiola. But but when you look at these two strong sides, they've gone to the continent. They want to go again. So Remo Stars playing at home in Kenya, Enugu Rangers going on the road, and the victory for Enugu Rangers is like a motivation going into the game against Remo Stars. I mean, Lagos is not that far from Ogun State to go camp in a hotel, go trade, and let's see how it will end. But I see a situation where if Remo Stars is not picking 3 points, it's going to be a draw between the two sides. And looking at other games for match day 4, Shooting Stars will be at home against Heartland FC. And Shooting Stars should be able to pick this. Looking at the draw they played at home in the last one, they pitched against Plateau United. So it is more of the focus of teams that drops. Shooting Stars is going on the road against Plateau United. Enyimba Rivers United is going to be a tough battle as well. Finidi George against his former assistant. Remember, Finidi George left Enyimba for the Super Eagles job and, moved to Super after getting to the Super Eagles. I mean, he managed just 2 games and he resigned. Now got a job with Rivers United. So the derby is also a big battle between the two managers. So now going to the FL Cup, looking at the results that came in yesterday, not about the results, but now the fixtures for the next round. I mean, looking at Liverpool that scored 5, Arsenal scored 5. Now they've been appearing scheduled for the 1st of October. And the 4th round time. Let's look at this, and it's commencing the 28th of October. I beg your pardon. And looking at the appearance, the Brentford will take this week Wednesday. Southampton against Stoke, Tottenham against Manchester City. Looks like a tough one there. Yeah. Manchester United against Leicester City. And looking at Brighton taking on Liverpool. Preston against Arsenal. It's going to be a bed rubber game. Arsenal needs to for Arsenal there. Yeah, easy, but hey, there's some things that they just want to make statements. I said it yesterday. You don't just underrate any cup game. Because at the end of the season, you may not end up to win the Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. So if you can hold on to the EFL Cup, not the small team, because at the end of the day, you can say that yes, you have something in your cabinet at the end of the season. Crystal Palace will take on Aston Villa. Now, looking at the game between the game we should have been able to expect between AFC Wimbledon and Newcastle United, it has not been scheduled for 1st of October. Then the winner will play Chelsea. So, looking at Europa, we were talking about FC 20, Manchester United earlier. I knew that game was going to be emotions, because I said yesterday, don't put in emotions in games. Just go in there, get the result. Then maybe at the end of the day, you can now come out and say, hey, the guys played good football. I wish the team, they played well. it's a longer period. So you don't just drop points anyhow for Manchester United against the FC20. But it is what it is. They have to move on. And you have to also make sure that your players are in good shape. You understand?
Yeah.
However, games are still going down today in Europa. Fenerbahce will be against Royal Union LSG. Malmo FF to take on Rangers. Besiktas will be in Netherlands against Ajax. Athletic Bilbao will travel to play AS Roma in Italy. Maccabi Tel Aviv will go to Portugal against Braga. Entrance Passport will be in Germany against Victoria Pleasant. FSB will take on RFS as Lyon will be up against Olympiacos. That game will go to France. Tottenham will take on Karabakh. Yes, things have not really been going too well for Tottenham Hotspur, but looking at how things are at the moment, this is European football. Go in there, get your results, put the fear in the heart of the opponent, and let them know that you are not just here to add up to numbers. And so that's for European football. Yesterday I said it about Raphael Varane, who, gave a sign that was going to retire from football, which he also confirmed yesterday. Raphael Varane winning UEFA Champions League titles, winning with Real Madrid, winning titles. Not only with club but also with national team. He has scored it quick, and according to reports we are getting, he signed for Como, which is managed by former Arsenal captain Cesc Fabregas. But we are also receiving reports that he may be staying back, but they don't know in what capacity he will be, either maybe as an assistant coach or maybe just standing in behind to also learn. So because most of these players now, yes, after football, what's next? Either you go into management or you go into proper coaching. So looking at transfers before wrapping up the show, Liverpool are ready to move for Real Madrid and Brazil winger Rodrigo. Yes, this man has been finding it difficult to get more playing time, most especially with Mbappe that is on board. But now I am not sure because Mbappe is injured and has been ruled out for 3 games or so, or 3 weeks with what we've seen so far. Now for everything, prospective new owners, the Frederick Group want to bring in former Chelsea boss Mauricio Sarri, who left Lazio in March as their new manager. Well, remember what Mauricio Sarri did in Chelsea, but the question is this to say England left seasons ago? We wait to see. Okay, so for Manchester United, remain interested in Everton's Jarrad Braithwaite and will make another attempt to sign the 22-year-old England Caps defender in 2025. If they have the money, have to go ahead. Well, there's much I can take on the show this morning. So, Favor Lawrenzola, thank you for having me. Coming up next is from the Boogie.
It's a pleasure having you. We have Dial Lafi inside the studio as well. And remember, there was a game that Arsenal will also be playing. What was that game again? That I said was easy peasy. They'll be playing in the EFL Cup against Preston North End. Lafi, look at this opponent. How easy is it for you to take on Preston?
Well, I don't think it's a problem for us. It will be a walkover.
It will be a walkover. But
it will be a walkover.
Doesn't agree. Says a team wants to make a statement.
Well, it's a good thing to try to make a statement, but having seen what my boys played with Manchester City on Sunday, I was really every Arsenal fan, and I'm sure even people that don't like Arsenal as a team were all impressed. Probably some of them, like Dapo, might not be able to come out boldly to say that, oh, okay, truly Arsenal played an impressive team on an impressive match on Sunday, but this ones they'll be a walkover. That's why I'm using this one.
But the season just started.
And then remember the number of games you have to play this season.
We are prepared.
You're prepared.
It's just sad that I don't want to talk about the referees decision. The decision some of these referees have not been good to Arsenal since the beginning of this season. Let me just put it that way. But God day. God day.
Let me just release you right now. It says God day.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
LAFENWA will be here by 9:30 on AM Update. Stay tuned to Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Favor Oloruntola.